Hey everyone, Greg here. Now, when I find a topic to cover from the search analysis in the previous video, the next step I do is I go into ClearScope and I'm going to write my content directly in there. So ClearScope is a tool, it costs a few $100s per month, and you get X amount of reports that you can run. So I did a query of are baseball cards worth anything? And I ran that within ClearScope. So what ClearScope does is that it crawls the top 10 or 20 sites in Google that rank for this query, and then they extrapolate out the common words that are about this topic, and then they also kind of categorize it by the importance with the weighted signals that their tool assumes that Google is looking for. So it's not exactly 100% for Google, but it's their best bet for what search engines are looking for, like Google. So when I write my content in here, any words that are highlighted, like baseball cards, for example, if I include the words here on the right-hand side, you get a green check mark. So the words here like baseball cards, tops, rookie card, Mickey Mantle, upper deck, etc. These are all words closely associated to the topic of are baseball cards worth anything. So when you write your content directly in here, you will get the words will highlight themselves as you write them. So for example, if I wrote just the word, Mickey Mantle, for example, now it highlighted that. So the word that I needed to use on the right-hand side shows up. It's a great WYSIWYG because what you can do is that you can share this report to your content writers as well. So you can go to share, enable shared link, and then you can give this exact link to your team. It's almost like a Google Drive where one person can give out access to multiple different team members who all have the same link, so you can see what someone else is writing. You can kind of work on it together. My recommendation is really only have one writer write this because you don't want the theme and the consistency to keep changing throughout the post. But effectively, though, I write all my content in here. So what I went over before, this is I'm answering this question on my site, are baseball cards worth anything? So I write about 1,200 words. That's kind of where I found out that that's a sweet spot, that in a few months I'll be able to rank on page 1 of Google. And then all these questions right here, like what brand of baseball cards has the most value? What baseball cards from the 80s, 90s is worth money? Is there still a market? Will they go up, etc.? These are all those people also ask section from the search analysis that I did before. So whenever I find a topic like are baseball cards worth anything, I put that into Excel. Next, I use Google, Bing, and DuckDuckGo to pull out those people also ask queries or any of those trending searches that show up in that auto suggest. And I put them all into an Excel spreadsheet to say, okay, I need to cover these topics now within header 2 tags. So I ask the question, answer it down directly. So give or take, writing this is about 4 hours of my time, and this is just the first draft of what I do. So I write everything first in ClearScope. Then I put everything into Grammarly, do a grammatical check from there. Then I usually wait about a day or so to come back and I will review it myself to know exactly, okay, how does this read? How does this flow? And then I might use some other tools as well, like SEMrush or Ahrefs or even Moz, just to kind of do like some small keyword research, just to see if there's anything I might maybe missing out on. But primarily, all of my analysis was done through Google, Yahoo, and Bing. So I came up with the topic here. Then I use ClearScope to write all the content. And what's neat also about ClearScope is that if you have any questions of how to use one of these keywords, you can click on it. You can click on examples, and you can see how the top sites that are ranking for my query, are baseball cards worth anything, how they're using the word Mickey Mantle. So really, it's the Mickey Mantle rookie card. That's sort of what the page needs to be about. The reason why this is important is that you can't just list off keywords, or you can't make like a run-on sentence and say words like, eBay, Fleer, Hall of Famers, price guide, collectibles, rookie cards, and more. Like it doesn't read natural, and it just seems kind of just sort of out there. So if you can kind of group your keywords to match the header, to have it as a natural flow, it's going to give a lot more context to Google that you're covering this topic in a really comprehensive way.